breaking norms, setting trends. Wage word of the day. Uncontained, making space, cultivating grace. Yeah. Filling space, converging minds on the same page. Every day, every way. Word of the day. Word of the day. Conversation. Just simply about settling the decision in your heart. And then as you settle the decision in your heart, it now sets you on this trajectory, if you will, to accomplish your goals. And some things you're going to learn along the way. Yeah, I said some things you're going to learn along the way. Some things you're going to get your answer along the way. You're not going to always have all of the answers at the beginning. You're not going to always be in the proper position. You're not going to always feel like doing something. Man, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? It's Wade's Word of the Day. Wade's Word of the Day. Man, I'm so grateful and thankful to be hanging out with you all on this Monday. Man, I love Mondays. I know some people don't like Mondays, but I love them because Monday reminds me, hey, I have a fresh start, fresh opportunity, new chance. Going to learn, see something different that I didn't see last week. And so I get excited about Mondays. Man, I see you coming into the space right now. Make sure that you tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come on into the space tonight and hang out with your boy just for a few moments. Yeah, we spend about 20 to 30 minutes in the space just chopping it up. And we talk about all types of things because we believe that this is a healing space. So we deal with the mind, body, and the spirit, recognizing that the spirit life is our foundation. But we also understand that we want to deal with one another, humanity, our humanity as well. And so we talk about all of those particular things. Audrey Barnes-Lee, thank you for coming into the space tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Hey, you still got time to hit that stars button right down there at the bottom. Every time you hit the stars button, you know, that little gold button, every time you hit that button, it helps us just to do, you know, to continue to do what we do. And it's real. It don't cost you nothing. Really, basically, 1 star represents 1 penny. So 50 stars is 50 cents. You know what I mean? I know y'all been watching Stars, Kane, and 50 cents. Yeah, that's all it is, 50 cents. So you give 100 stars, that's $100. I mean, that's $1. So it don't hurt you that much, if you will. So make sure that you hit the stars button, that you're engaging, that you are, talking back to us and all of those good things. And I got, a thought I want to spark a conversation on tonight. I want to talk about something. And I spoke about this. I think I did a sermon on it maybe like 10 years ago. And I don't think they was ready for it because they literally thought I was talking about certain things. But at the end of the day, what I want to talk about today is I need to lose some weight. I need to lose some weight. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. I've been on this journey of health and wellness. It's probably been, I'm coming into like my 4th year of health and wellness. And truthfully, to be quite honest, I've always been thin. But then I had come to a place in my life where you don't recognize, you don't realize, but the weight had just, started to, culminate, if you will, And I started to feel the effects of that, right? Started to feel the effects of that around with my back, different things and all of that kind of stuff. But didn't really pay attention to it till one day we are in a public space, the church. We had church or whatever. And my media guy posted a picture up on the, up on the screen, right? Up on the screen. And it was in that moment that I realized that I wasn't skinny no more. That I had put on a lot of weight. And I joked in that moment and I said to him, I said, man, why you put my fat picture up there? Because sometimes you got to learn how to laugh at yourself. Even in those moments, sometimes when you want to cry, because I didn't really see it. Over years, you realize it, hey, it is what it is. But I had put on weight. And so it was out of that I started kind of this health and wellness kind of thing, right? One, I started thinking about, how in our spaces sometimes, we just feed and eating all types of different things or whatever. And so I embarked on this whole vegan thing. So I started being a vegan, not eating and not eating. No, I ate, but I changed the way that I ate. And like most things, when people don't understand or they're used to doing things a certain way, being comfortable in a certain way, a lot of people didn't understand. And to a certain extent, some folk were offended when I was like, no, I'm not. I don't really eat that any longer. I don't mess with that. I kind of leave it alone. They give that strange eye, like, what he on? You know what I mean? Like what's wrong with him? That kind of thing and all of that good stuff. And this all came from this moment in my life when I noticed it. I noticed it. I had not been, I didn't notice it. I didn't realize what was happening. I saw that, I could feel the changes, but then that one picture went up there and I was like, yo, what in the world is going on? Especially somebody who's been thin all their lives. I could never really, been thin all my life. And I looked up there, I'm like, yo, what is really going on? And I laughed. I laughed about it, joked about it, but something in me said, man, you got to lose some weight. You got to lose some weight. And so I started on this journey, just, doing the whole vegan thing, trying to eat right, starting to figure it out. And I'll be honest, somebody who never really went to the gym or anything like that, I never could put on any weight. So I was just, I was good. But now I had to start this whole process of rediscovery, right? Challenging my own notions around certain things, changing my palate, if you will, as it relates to how I was eating. It forced me also, even though I was getting up early, the way that my life was structured, if I was going to kind of get out and exercise and do some things, I actually had to get up a little bit earlier. And so it put me in an uncomfortable position, if you will, as I was discovering, how do I go about doing this thing? How do I go about navigating this? I want to lose some weight. I want to lose this weight. But more than that, I discovered it wasn't just about losing weight for me. It really was, I wanted to just be healthy. I wanted to, as the old folk used to say, I want to live a long life. I know what Dr. King said, longevity has its place. No, I want to live a long life. You understand what I'm saying? And so, start saying, man, I got way more things to do. I gotta, get some things done. And I want to feel good doing it. Keeping it 100. Anybody who knows me, I do not want to be that guy or that preacher, if you will. I do not want to be that one who, come down to the end and you like sleep in the pulpit. They got to nudge you and say, all right, it's your turn. And you don't feel good about it. That I don't want to be that guy. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't want to be that guy. So, you're a preacher forever, but you ain't got to be doing that forever. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just keeping it 100. And so I got into a routine, started doing all of that, recognizing that if I was going to, in this season, lose some weight, I was going to have to navigate it differently from how I did it in the past. In the past, I could eat anything, wouldn't affect me. But now I eat anything, it affects everything. You ain't picking up what I'm putting down. Patterns had to change. I can't eat no pizza late now. If I eat pizza late now, I will be up all night battling all of this burning. Y'all may know something about that. So I had to rethink not only some choices, but I had to rethink how I was going to navigate my new norm. Now, I did tell you that as I'm making this transition, as I'm going about doing this, some people can't understand, don't want to understand. They were comfortable with me being a little heavy. Matter of fact, I used to hear the whispers, he must be sick. He looks sickly. You understand what I'm saying? He must be sickly. What's going on with him? We got to fatten him up. So folks still was trying to put stuff in front of me. But through discipline, I had to learn how, if I was going to see a different outcome, not only was I going to have to change my mind about doing something, but then I had to discipline myself to do it. So that meant getting up early. Sometimes that meant staying late. That meant working out when you didn't feel like working out. That meant reading and learning about this new journey that I would be on. Because truthfully, I'm the type of person, if I'm doing anything, if I'm doing anything, I don't know about y'all, if I'm doing anything, I want to be good at it. That's just me. I want to be good at it. That's why I won't golf to this day, because I don't have enough time to go out there and learn how to do it. I don't just want to be that guy on the golf course. You know what I mean? It's taking you forever, to get that ball. No, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be nice at it. And so I don't have the time to be able to put in the energy and the practice to be able to do it. So I don't do it. And so just like with this, I started reading up, started learning, started figuring it out. Because at the end of the day, what I wanted to do was lose some weight. Yeah. It cost me a little sleep because I had to get up earlier. It cost me initially letting go of some of the things that I used to love to eat. I mean, weekends, pizza and wings. That was your boy. You know what I mean? Hey, pizza and wings, that's what I'm eating. But I had to, fall back. It cost me some things. It cost me some time in terms of I had to set aside not only time to meditate and to think, but also begin to study and learn how this body works. Right? Learn how this body works so that when I would go out and exercise, I wouldn't hurt myself. You picking up what I'm putting down? How does this body work so that I wouldn't hurt myself? All because I simply wanted to lose some weight. It wasn't easy. I had to get uncomfortable first before I could now become comfortable in my new context. Don't y'all miss that. Somebody ought to text that right now. Tell somebody. I know y'all think I'm talking about losing weight and going to the gym. I'm really not. I'm getting to my point. I'm just using this as a case study to help you to understand we all carry weight. And I'm not talking about just physical weight. But here it is. If I wanted to lose the weight, I had to become first uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. Yeah, I had to do some things that I was not accustomed to doing. I had to learn some things that I had not previously known. I had to be committed to finding my no. Because here is the reality: anytime you press yourself or you set in your mind to change, there will be folk all around you who will try to convince you to stay on your old road when you are embarking on your new journey. And so I had to learn how to say, no, I love chocolate cake, but I don't want it. I had to learn how to say, no, I don't want no fat back. I don't want all that butter. I don't want all that butter. No, I had to learn how to find my no. See, we live in a world where everybody is seeking a yes, but you have to be comfortable with the no's. No, I can't do it. No, I'm not available at this moment. No, I'm disciplining myself. And even though it's uncomfortable in this moment now, it's going to prepare me for my new norm. Here it is. You've got to get to a place where you're so uncomfortable as you begin to make your change and your transition, as you move towards your destiny and your purpose, that uncomfortable becomes comfortable to you. Some of y'all missed that. See, sometimes we can't get to our place of releasing the weight because we don't want to get uncomfortable. We can't get to the place of letting go of what needs to be let go because we don't want to get uncomfortable. We can't get to the place of moving towards our best self and walking in our most righteous self, if you will, for lack of a better term, because we don't want to get uncomfortable. We want the journey to be a comfortable journey, but change is not comfortable. Yeah, you can't get. And so hey, I went through all of these processes. At first seemed like I got, started to lose weight, got skinnier, and I was like, I don't want to be that, I want to be toned. Then I had to learn how to lift the weights and remember how to do the push-ups and learn how to push away from certain things. Simply because I had weight on me that I was trying to get off. Weight on me that was slowing me down, holding me back, keeping me from being, if you will, my best self. And so I had to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You see, Webster defines weight as simply being something that's heavy. Yeah, something that's heavy. And many of us are carrying things that we should no longer be carrying. And it's weighing us down and it's preventing us from being, who we should be and what we could be and what we might be. Because we are carrying all of this heavy stuff on us. Yeah. It's heavy. Listen, I see you. You don't listen. I get it. It's heavy. So the first thing is understanding, just like I did when I saw that picture, I had to recognize the truth. It's heavy. This is what's happening with me. It is not lightweight, it's heavyweight. And this heavyweight has become a burden and a hindrance to my progress. So there has to be this acknowledgement, man, it's heavy. And can I tell somebody tonight, life is like that. Life can be heavy. You can be experiencing some stuff over and over and over till it gets to a point you, like me, look up and you don't even recognize you put on all of that weight. But I'm so glad today that it doesn't have to remain that way. It doesn't have to stay that way. That doesn't have to be your final analysis. That doesn't have to be your final story if you are willing to get uncomfortable. If you're willing to press your way, if you're willing to step out to find out, if you are willing to do and take those necessary steps to get rid of that weight. You see, sometimes it's not just our weight that we're carrying, but we're also carrying other people's weight. Have you ever experienced that? You know, some folk only want to be around you to drop off their weight. They did their wasabi, then went on their way, and you left with the baggage and the weight of their mess. But if you're going to move out of that space and move out of those situations, you got to be committed to losing the weight. And the weight don't just fall off by osmosis. No, you got to be willing to put in the time. You got to be willing to put in the energy. You got to be willing to do the necessary research. And some situation, you got to be willing to go talk to somebody. And some situation, you got to be willing to say, no, you got to go. Let it go. You know what the songwriter said? I think I better let it go. Looks like another love TKO. You know what I mean? You've got to be willing to get uncomfortable so that you can get to your place of being comfortable. And so now, when I look in the mirror, I don't see the weight any longer. But I see the muscle that has been brought about because of my willingness to be disciplined, my willingness to change, my willingness to put in the work, my willingness to research, my willingness to change my mind as it relates to what I allow in my person. My willingness to let go of some things that are not necessary for my growth. Yeah. That's why I'm walking lighter and easier, and I'm enjoying life even more because I'm learning that some weight that I carried in the past, I'm not responsible to carry into my future. Is that your testimony tonight? Why don't you text somebody tonight and tell them, say, hey, some weight you've been carrying in your past, you're not responsible to carry it into your future. Some weight, you've got to let it go because it's become a burden and it's become a hindrance. And it'll block your progress. Yeah. It's kind of like Abraham going up the hill to do what the Lord told him to do. And he had a company of people with him, but he comes to a certain point and he looks at those folk and he says, y'all stay right here. Now I can imagine these are his boys. They may have made that trek together with him many times before, but on this day, Abraham says, I can't bring along all of that weight. I've got to take this journey by myself. And can you imagine it? It must have been an uncomfortable journey, because he's going to do something that he really don't want to do. He's going to sacrifice something that he don't really want to sacrifice. But he has to leave some people and some things who may have been tight and close with him at the foot, because if he would have took them the rest of the way up, they may have tried to convince him to stay where he was instead of doing what God told him to do. But what we learn from that text is if you are willing to get uncomfortable, if you are willing to step out by faith, if you are willing to trust, there is a ram in the bush waiting on you. Yeah, that's what the old folk called it, a ram in the bush. The text says there was a ram in the thicket. And the bottom line is God has a blessing with your name on it that will step in on your behalf and move you from a place of being uncomfortable and move you into a place of your blessedness. Yeah. Abraham had to leave some folks, some people, some things at the foot of the mountain. Move forward in an uncomfortable state. But at the end of the day, he looked over and there was his blessing. And I want to say that to you all today. If, some people, even in terms of what we do and how we do it, they're looking at us and saying, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you dumb? And for some of y'all, it's uncomfortable. But change is always uncomfortable. But if you can keep on trusting, keep on believing, keep on pressing, keep on pushing, you, like Abraham, will discover God always has a ram in the thicket. And that just represents the blessing that steps in on your behalf and makes the journey worth it. Makes the sacrifice worth it. Yeah. I dare you to lose some weight. Yeah, let it go. If this word has been a blessing to you on tonight, if it's been a blessing on you for you tonight, if it has added value to your life on tonight, do me a favor, hit those stars and those hearts and all of that stuff. Go crazy for about 30 seconds. Turn the algorithm out. You know what I mean? Go ahead, hit it real hard. Hit them hearts and those likes and all of that good stuff. If you don't mind, I certainly would appreciate it. But most of all, make sure that you share. If this word blessed you, if it helped you, share it. Tell somebody. Holler at them and say, you need to lose some weight. When they come back and say, you do too, you say, I ain't talking about that type of weight. I'm talking about this type of weight. Yeah, let them know. Man, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with your boy. Let's go out this way, man. I don't know why I've been feeling this song. It's my song, but so we're going to go out this way. Here we go. Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say.
Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better.
I'm out of here. I love y'all so much. Talk to you real soon. Peace.